5 years old, the heavy clock began its rhythmic chime. Twice every year, a scheduled test, a robbery of time. And if the ledger showed a mark that fell below a B, a suffocating shadow fell upon my infancy. Disappointment flared in whispers, reprimands grew loud. Then came the sharpest weapon of a strict, unyielding crowd. The whistling of that 1 centimeter bitter cane, a stripe of fire across my skin, a legacy of pain. Then locked inside a room where only heavy books could stare, confined beneath a watchful eye, the rod hung in the air. Born in '82, the rigid path was carved in stone by final test when hand and mind were barely even grown. At 9 and 10, at 12 and 16, checkpoints in the dark, where all your worth was measured by a grader's inkless mark. A single slip, a failure in that high-stakes ruthless script, and from your bleeding fingers would the future be completely ripped. No university, no hope to break the system's collar blue, just poorly paid and broken down with nothing left for you. And at 16, the hammer fell, the worst of fears came true. 2 subjects failed, a catastrophic, devastating view. The dream of Singaporean halls was instantly erased. A heavy doom, a dead-end road, a youth completely waste. But current shift and polytechnic light, a spark awoke. I found my footing, found my strength, and threw aside the yoke. A diploma earned, a brand new bridge across the stormy sea. The University of Melbourne took a chance on me and granted 2 years grace, or so the paper proudly said. But promises on paper are so easily misread. 3 years of crushing burdens packed and squeezed into just one. A brutal, agonizing sprint beneath the scorching sun. I broke down weeping, shattered by the monumental freight. 15-hour days of studying to challenge bitter fate. Yet when the smoke cleared from the field, the final grades were set. A strange, surprising triumph, I was top 5%. A 97 on the page, my highest academic height. Unlocking protein structures was my might. I felt the shackles shatter from my weary, calloused wrist, believing I had finally cleared the suffocating mist. No more exams, I told myself the war is truly through. Just papers, research, these as things that I was born to do. I took my honors, touched the top 5 tier with steady hand, published a major genetic paper across the science land. Then came the PhD, the long-consuming brilliant fight. 3.5 long years of lab work, working day and night. 6 months of bleeding words onto a blank, unyielding page. A 350-page self-inflicted cage. And when the binding closed, I drew a deep, triumphant breath, thinking this endless cycle had been tested unto death. But postdoc life is brief and frail, the funding quickly dies, and childhood dreams of ER awards began again to rise. To heal the broken stand where chaos meets the midnight light, an emergency physician in the thickest of the fight. But first the Ganson loomed ahead, a massive brutal beast. 3 years of stolen weekends, starving for a peaceful feast. Annual leaves consumed by text, no moment to relax, while running 4-hour cell cycle experiments in the tracks. Hit by a single mark, the first time crashing on the floor. Though top 5 in the writing section opened up the door, I tried again so I could look within myself and say I gave it everything I had before I walked away. I passed and then right on the cue of life's familiar plot. The lab grant vanished and the job was gone upon the spot. And so the cycle starts again, the wheel turns spinning round. And once again to testing I am absolutely bound. In medical school each paper holds the terrifying key to whether I can wear the coat and be what I should be. And after that more tests collide to choose the medical track. There is no pause, no breathing room, no way of turning back. The assessment highway stretches out a never-ending line, an endless corridor of grids that claim this life of mine. How much more fuel is left within this dry and rusted tank to draw upon a well of strength that's running cold and blank? 15-hour days of cramming while a family demands, juggling a job and future with these trembling, weary hands. When was the last time that I felt alive and wild and free? Not merely surviving, but the man I used to be. When did I last capture the dying sunset on the lens, or dance with uncurbed passion, throwing all the rules aside? When was I me, unburdened whole, before the textbooks came, before the grading rubric stole my spirit and my name? I look into the mirror at the exhaustion and the strain. I am the sole architect of all this driven pain, no longer chased by parents, nor the terror of the rod. I bow before a ruthless self-created testing God, but finish line recedes away, the testing never wants. I am my own worst devil, and the cage again descends.